Welcome back, everybody. This is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue our journey to complete the Main Gods Saga. Now, if you recall from our last episode, we just got done dealing with some riffraff in our local cathedral. We have yet to find all the items we need to start up our own little prayer center to get our spells back, which is starting to concern me. So we're going to see if we can't work on that today. We have... pause the game. Locked door in the library, which is in the actual townhouse itself. Where you at? Up in here. There's a little note hint here that we should probably ask Jellica about. Now, we've yet to talk to her about that stuff. We should probably go back there eventually. But we still want to explore some towns. We're looking for some items. We already found the scales for this, or scales that I think will work. We need a silver chalice, we need a Tyran prayer book, and my guess is if it's not in that library that's locked, then we have this next building. Here's my map. The town hall that might have it. Curse of the Vanguards, of course we're still researching that. Call for Heroes, which is our general campaign. Completed a variety of things here, nothing particularly stellar to note. So let's get going, shall we? I really need to get those books and the chalice. Oh, I also have a hint, I think, that we should probably go in here to the blacksmith, weaponsmith, whatever, and get some stuff. Well, let's go inside here. The door's locked. We got a key. Probably shouldn't come in actually at night, but we're going to kind of spy a little bit, see what we can see. We'll come back during the day, see if anyone's actually here. Let's see, there's nothing in here. My map. Nothing in here except for a door. Looks like where they have their town hall meetings, not surprising. They got a door and a door. They're unlocked. We got here desk, book, locked door. Let's see if we can get into that one. Specific key needed. Okay, come back to that later. It looks like weapons. Oh, it looks like we found the local jail. Yeah, that's what I call this. Alrighty. Okay, both of those locked. Doesn't appear to be anything in there anyway. We got this room here still. Books. Yeah, tier books. First, let's head over here. Looks like someone's office, so chances are they'll be back during the daytime. But, well, they're not here. Let's see what we can find. History of the creator races. This is probably just lore books. Yes. These ones here look specific to this game. That's why I think they look as different as they are. But I could be mistaken. But it's actually kind of cool stuff to go through. You should technically read this stuff out. Anyway, so we got those. Codex, Paragon, painting. Let's check out the painting for a painting depicting a town built on a cliff above a lake. The metal tag in the base reads Namatranasu DR 1183. Looks quite pretty. Of interest is the way that the sky is painted a bright blue with billowing white clouds. It is a stark contrast to the heavy skies that overhang the town now. That's the curse. Okay, we got a tapestry. This is an armorial bearing sporting the rich purple, blue, and golden hues of the Church of Tyr. The central figure is of a misshapen animal of some sort. Well, this got to be the animal that he tortured, right? Or that tortured him, cut his hand off. The wolf? Why the hell's it got wings, though? It almost looks like a... Yeah. Anyway, we'll get back up here. Bookcase. The town's extensive archives seem to be organized according to some kind of numerical key. The only chance you have of finding the specific information is to either get someone to help you, or first use the catalog to locate its exact shelf and book. Leave the archives alone. Okay, so that's probably that codex we saw just a moment ago. Let's keep exploring. Another painting. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. A painting showing a lake filled with small fishing vessels with a large mansion atop a high cliff overlooking the scene. A metal plate in the frame reads Lake Namatra, DR 1191. The mansion in the picture stands where its current mansion should stand, though it looks much different from the current one. The walls are of a darker gray, the structure is more squat, and there are significantly fewer windows. Bookcase. Blueprint, Cathedral of Navatrana. Some excerpts. This page contains a precise layout of the upper level of the Cathedral of Navatrana. From the dimensions of this page, it is 210 feet long and 120 feet wide at its widest point. Page 18. To allow for uniformity of color, the stones used for the cathedral are to be cut for another 3 designated quarries: Ayala, Harrisford, or Troncello. It must be to within half an inch of each of the required dimensions, 3 foot long by 18 inches wide, 18 inches tall. When cut, ship in pairs by bars to Navatrana Harbor. Okay. Page 34, requisition order. That's just the date. Rollo Thunderholm, Master Architect. 7,000 quarried stone blocks, 7,000 gold pieces. 2 tons of sand, 18 gold pieces. 2 tons of lime, 37 gold pieces, 45 silver pieces. It's nice when the game actually includes things like silver pieces and copper pieces. I always thought that was cool. Anyway, it just looks like an itemized list of what it took to build the cathedral, which is cool. I don't know that I need it. Oh, hell, let's take it. That may come in handy at a later point, and I wouldn't have to run around. Oops, fake public. Alrighty. What do we got here? Codex. Get back here. I said look at it. Alright, the Codex Paragon is a positively massive volume filled with tiny print in an efficient hand. The pages are worn, still robust, and lined with gold. The table in the front lists the different legal areas that are covered. Which section do you turn to? Alright, well, we can look at things like the forward, matrimonial law, property law, business law, criminal law, inheritance law, the right and responsibilities of the lords, rights and responsibilities of the commons, or you leave alone. I may go through this off camera, guys, and come back to you guys later. But you should certainly read through this stuff. It sounds like it's more kind of like lore of the area. Yeah. We may need to, like, argue for the hand of our fair maiden or whatever. Keep her from marrying the doofus. Alright, archive catalog. Oh, an intelligence check. Here we go. The town's extensive archives seem to be organized according to some kind of numerical key containing this catalog. At least catalog. I'm going to check something here, folks. My intelligence is 12. Hers is 10. I was trying to see if I could possibly get her to run the check. I didn't think it'd be a good idea. Failure. Yeah. Unfortunately, the system proves too complex for you to make any sense of it. You will need to be trained in the catalog system before you'll be able to access other information from the archive. The catalog. Okay, it means we gotta come back later. That's fine. Alright, looks like we're done in here, though. Alright. Well, we have the sundial outside, which will allow us to forward time. We have the sundial outside that allows us to forward time. That should give us the ability to scroll the clock ahead to when people are at their jobs, if they're not already. Yeah, see, this is still locked. We still got the beggar out here. What the hell happened here? Looks like someone broke through the damn hope deck. That's kind of weird. Huh. Alright, we got the sundial, so you just go to it, click it. And it can't work at night, so you can't check the time. That's fine. You can just scroll an hour ahead as needed. Sounds like the storm is coming. Alright, let's kick 4 hours. On. Now we're going to turn the time. 8 o'clock. Okay, so people should be getting to their jobs. Let's kick it forward to say 11. So 3 hours. Alright, now we have this open. Let's go to the bar / smithy shop. Dun, dun, dun. See if we got any norms hanging out around here. And here's our smithy. We can finally sell off some of our stuff. Burger shopkeeper says, "Ah, a new customer. The name's Bram Goodmain. This is the best general store in Abertanasu. Actually, it's the only general store in Abertanasu. Strange, you don't seem surprised to see me. Should I be? I was under the impression that strangers were rare here." "Aye, 'tis true. They're not unknown. You're not the first stranger to come to Navatranassu, and you'll not be the last either. Anyway, did you need something?" "I'm looking for a silver chalice." "You don't say." "It's the damnedest thing. You see, I've been working on my silversmithing in my spare time. I was looking for something to try 10 days back. When I had a moment of inspiration, I could see clearly the picture of a large cup, a chalice of sorts. Sounds like divine intervention. It so happens I'm just about finished. The work's not half bad if I do say so myself. I'll sell it to you for the price of silver plus a wee bit extra. How about 25 gold? Do you mind if I examine it for a few seconds?" "Suit yourself." Success. The weight of... Okay, that was an appraise check. Relatively low one, but still. Could have failed it, so that was nice. The weight of the silver, you would guess, would come to about 15 gold in civilized land. The workmanship is far from expert, but is competent and would at least another 3 or so gold. Would add at least another 3 or so gold. Add in a bit higher price for scarcity of supply here, and the price is probably a fair one. Get rid of the wee bit. Nah, we got the money. I'm not trying to scam the dude here. He worked for it. Here's 25 gold, then. Thought you'd do this with you, sir. Talk about something else. Anything but the curse of the Van Gants? No, that's the kind of thing I try to stay well clear of. Let's talk about something else. Do you have a skill I can purchase? He shakes his head. I have one that I need, but I don't make anything like that. May I see yours? He points to one on a nearby counter. A quick inspection shows that it is well worn and covered with decades of rust. It looks to be perfectly serviceable for weighing goods for barter, but is nowhere near good enough condition for a holy shrine. Well, that's we already have one. I was just trying to see if we had an option here to get a different one. Do you know where I might be able to get one? He takes a moment to think before shaking his head. Lots of people have a scale, but most of them don't work, barely work, or look like the one on the look like one of the hells. That's the kind of thing we trade for when we need it. Alright, another question then. Weapons and stuff to sell. May I have a look then? Sure, right this way. View the store. Okay, so we are selling stuff we don't need. I need to be able to see my stuff here. I don't need a dagger. That dagger. The ceremonial dagger will probably keep still. Short sword I can chuck. I'm keeping the mace sling. I don't need the short bow. I can use the long bow. From there, I probably don't need the throwing axes. Or those darts. I don't need shield. I got a better one here. I could get rid of the gems, but I might need those later. I won't buy any of those things. Let's first see if our compatriot needs to sell anything. Let's get rid of her battle axe. We never use that. Flail. This damn halberd that she's switching off to for some dumbass reason. Alright. We got the cold iron one. Okay, so we got it here. Get rid of that banded mail. Get rid of that studded leather. And anything else that she's keeping. Okay, so let's see if there's anything we can buy. Yeah, oh, okay, let's buy some of this weird stuff. Crowbar, iron ingots. Never know. Any other stuff is going to come in handy. Might as well take it, right? Nothing there. Okay, we got weapons. He appears to have crude weapons. What does that mean? Yeah, minus to hit penalty. That can be also minus damage for all I know, but I don't care. Point is, we're not grabbing any of it. Basically, we're supplying him with better stuff than he has. There's some general stuff here. Breastplate might be useful for her, but no. She has a chain shirt already. She already got a good shield. Let's just, because I hate walking around barefoot, let's grab her just some generic gear. Okay, and I have the same. Alright, doesn't look like we're buying anything from the guy. That works for me. Alright, now this door leads where? That leads outside, I think. What's that? Busy woman. Guess what do you need? I'd like to ask some questions. She just looks at you expectantly. What do you think of Lady Van Gaunt? She's okay, I guess. I don't really get too involved in the lords of the town. One's as good as the next. None of them are going to clean my tavern or do my laundry. So who gives a damn about the whole lot? Anything about the curse? Yeah, the curse. A terrible thing, isn't it? For them. The curse ain't taken a single town member yet, so I can't say I concern myself too much with it. Okay, I get something to drink. My husband behind the bar can help you. Excuse me. Okay, well, so she's the housewife slash worker for this guy that runs this bar. Acquired an item, great Kalashite heist of 1128. What the hell is that? It's a book. Some excerpts. Looks like a little story. Cool. Alright, well, to the bar then. Well, we got patrons. Let's try the bartender first.
Hey there.
This man eyes you warily as he wipes on the bar, even long after it is obviously clean. Hello there, stranger. What brings you to these parts? I've been sent here by the Tyrian Church to aid a woman named Angelica Van Gaunt. The Tyrian Church sent you all the way here. Isn't Navatranissu suddenly becoming the destination of choice for the outside world? That's twice in 1 10-day we've had people sent here to talk to the lady. You mean the group at the cathedral? That's exactly what I mean. Condescending jots. You don't have a high opinion of the group. No, it is quite obvious they have low opinions of our town, and I assure you the feeling's mutual. The lady's going to have problems if she allows that ass to become our lord. Isn't that kind of talk treason? He glowers at you dangerously. You feel free to tell her everything I just said. Got it. Yes, sir. Do you want rooms here? I've been known to, but I don't need money right now, and I'm not interested in any foreigners staying here. In short, no. You have any time for a few questions? I suppose, but make them quick. What do you think of the Van Gaunts? He shrugs his shoulders non-committally. Couldn't care less one way or the other. It's not like any of them have done anything for me. That's fair enough. You know anything about the curse? The curse is what it is. What's that supposed to mean? Whatever you want it to mean. It exists, but I don't know anything meaningful. What are you looking for? Do you know what force might be behind it? He waves his hand in irritation. Bah, I don't know anything about that. It's not like I've seen the beast or nothing. But if you want to know who has, talk to Cavorn Baker. See, now there's some information. Who's that? He's a woodsman who lives out in the forest a bit. He sometimes comes in for a drink, though I don't see him here now. Maybe he'll be around a bit later. Okay, we'll have to come back later. What do you think? We ain't got get a drink. You got anything for sale that could be of use? Empty bottles, Claymore moonshine. And now we're trying to suit red. Okay, I just bought a couple of empty bottles because you never know, I might be able to craft a potion or something by pure dumb luck. And grab one of each of the bottles of hooch in case I need to bribe somebody. You never know with these booze hounds. Leathery skinned man, I tell you you're crazy if you think that there's any way a deer would. Shh, it's the strangers. Quiet. Was that about a deer? Never mind. Yeah, there's nothing that concerns you. Verona only shrugs. Of course, she is a ranger, so I bet she would know. You ready to put a coin on that answer? Sure thing. Prepare to lose your drinking money. Bah. Okay, ranger, here's the question. Would a deer eat the fruit of a dewberry tree? Wait a minute, that's what you felt needed to be kept secret? Yeah, these philosophical discussions aren't for everyone. So what's the answer? Oh gee, I don't know, I bet it would if it were starving. Ha, I win. No you don't. We never said anything about the deer was starving. We never said it wasn't starving either, so are you going to pay up? What? Why would I when I won? You pay up. you two figures out who won. Could I ask you some questions? I guess so. Loggerman shrugs. Who are you? Name's Thurgle Thurdelson. I'm the local carpenter. Oh, nice to meet you. And I'm Sven Cooper, and I'm, well, the local Cooper. What do you think? Lady Van Gaunt. Not thrilled with her. Yeah, she's not so bad. Not so bad. What has she done for you? I don't want her to do nothing for me, except stay out of my way, which she does. She's not so bad to look at, too. Yeah, your standards aren't too high, are they? Well, she's more to look at than Lord Jason was. As I said, your standards aren't too high. Okay. You know anything about the curse? Once per generation, one of the Lord's family disappears on the night of the Great Wolf comes. Yeah, I grew up on those stories. But do you know what's behind it? What's behind it? I just told you. A great wolf. Big wolf. Probably a demon or something. Do you know how to banish it? Wouldn't that be your expertise? I'm just a carpenter. Okay, fair enough. Very good then. Please excuse me. Alright, well. Anything in their journal for any of that nonsense? Nothing. Okay. Well, that's kind of a bust. Well, at least we got our, chalice. See if we can go find ourselves a book. We're gonna head on over to the town hall. Yeah, it's got to be daytime now, right? So people got to be at work. Alright, well, first let's go to the jailhouse. See if there's anyone here to talk to. Stern man. Hey, Stern man. Well, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I almost wouldn't have believed it. Actually, it's not quite that bad. Fresh blood and now Eternity is rare. So what brings you to town? We're not exactly on the way to anywhere. Well, I've been sent here by the Tyrian Church to aid the Van Gaunts. Ah, the curse, no doubt. It's about time someone got to the bottom of it all. 'Tis a terrible thing that happened to Lord Jason. He was such a strong young man, full of life. He claimed he wanted to reinvigorate town, and I have little doubt he'd have done it too. Anyway, it's certainly good that you're here then. Welcome to Neverwinter. Thanks. Anyway, the name's By God Ragnarsson, and I'm the town warden. Can I be of assistance? What need does this town have for a warden? Oh, there aren't many prisoners, of course. Every town needs someone to keep order. At the very least, wherever there's ale, there's bound to be some disorderly conduct. You know, that's fair enough. You know anything about the Van Gaunt's curse? Of course, I've been brought up hearing about it, but I know no more than most. It was really only a big story until a couple months ago when Lord Jason disappeared. What do you remember about the night? Not much. I turned in early and was actually woken up by the crowd gathering outside. By the time I got to the town square, I gathered he'd been gone a couple hours or so. I tell you what I heard, but it would just be rumors, of course. The only one who saw firsthand what happened is the lady herself, and Grayson Uff, of course. That's her gardener. Yes, I've met him already. I meant so he lives up in the mansion. Anyway, I'm afraid that's all I know. Was there something else? Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Okay, well, nothing really helpful there. But maybe he'll have more to say later. Okay. Yep, studious woman. Hello, studious woman. Wow, I heard rumors that there were strangers in town, yet it's still a shock meeting you. It's just so odd to speak to someone I've not known my whole life. But I'm sorry, you no doubt care little for my curiosity. What may I do for you? What is this place? This is the archives, and I'm Hill Fielder, the town's archivist. Here's where we keep all the records of anything that has ever happened in our town. But even after more than 2 centuries, that doesn't fill even one room yet. Anyway, as you're here, you have obviously been given a key to the town, no doubt by the lady herself. In that case, feel free to return at any time. I'm here most days and can answer your questions about where to find things. Or if you like, I can show you our filing system while you're here. That way you can use the archives whenever you like, day or night. I'd appreciate that. After a brief session, you feel confident you can use this filing system to find the correct books on any topic of interest in this archive. So if you start here, you should be able to find anything you need. Of course, I'll still be here, and most days will be more than willing to answer questions should you have them. So let's ask her something in particular. Of course, what are you looking for? information on. Do you have any Tyrian scriptures? There we go. In fact, we do have an old book of Tyrian rights. It was the one Albert I brought with him from Waterdeep. That's now an object of historical record. I don't think I can release it from the archives. What can I do to convince you? The only way I'll release something from this archives is if Lady herself orders it. Bring me a note from her and I'll consent. Come now, you are aware that I'm conducting an official investigation for her into her family's curse. Do you really think she'll deny me? A clergy member of one of Tyr's holy books? I am sorry, but it's my job to safeguard these artifacts. You must get the lady's permission first. I'll be back then. Diplomacy failure. Oh wow, that's a bad roll. Okay, I guess we're stuck. We did have one other place I do want to check out. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about it. We wanted to go to the north of the mansion, right? There were some hills up there, some forest or some such. I wanted to check those out. Maybe we'll find a lead. We're getting a lot of checks in this game. I'm pretty impressed by that. It's kind of nice. Intelligence checks, diplomacy checks, pretty cool stuff. I want to get my damn spells back though, so I need that clergy book. A bit far from town, aren't we? You don't seriously think we're going to find the famed beast up here, do you? This is where the beast is said to appear. It seems an obvious avenue of investigation. Yeah, but the beast last appeared 2 months ago. I'm not exactly holding my breath that anything pertinent is still here. Still, maybe Lady Luck will be with us and something useful will still be here. Come on then, let's see what we can find. Alright, let's check our map. We have a 2-world map. We're down here. Here, hold on to nothing. Alright, we're kind of weaving our ways through the trees here, holding down the Z. Did I see something? No. Holding down the Z button periodically to see if we can't spike up some glowing interest of something. Appears to be something maybe down there. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, is this a house? I think it might be a house. Yep, door. Someone used to live out here. Oh, oh, oh. Did someone get murdered? Perhaps that's the reason for the beast. Okay. Alright, we're circling back down this way. There's some nice foliage out here. Oh, anything at all to work with? Nothing. Little saplings. Ooh, odd tree. There we go. Let's click on the odd tree. Alright. Yeah, useful spells. Oh. You feel a sense of dark foreboding as you approach this tree, though it seems normal enough. Verona, do you sense anything different about this tree? Yes, it clearly reeks of evil, though the nature of that evil I can't say. Meditate on the tree. As you place your hand against the tree's bark, you are overwhelmed by a murderous hatred of everything and everyone so intense that liberty sends a frigid bolt through your very core. You suddenly feel a hand grab your elbow and steady you. Are you okay? Yes, why? You seem on the verge of passing out for a second there, like your knees were starting to give out. Something very wrong about this tree. A hatred of sorts. It's very strong. Yes, this tree gave me the creeps the moment I saw it. Let's get away from here. Leave the tree alone. We have a journal update, do we? The Unnatural Tree. You discovered a tree in the hills north of Navatarnasu that exudes an unnatural aura. Upon meditating on its nature, you were struck by an intense feeling of hatred for all life emanating from it. Perhaps you should ask around about it. Tell us about your funky tree. Because I'm sure everybody knows about the tree. Sure, why not? Alright, anyway. Stuff to do. Let's go to... That's in town about the tree. I still need to go get that note from Jellica. I guess we should go do that. That's probably the easiest step. Oh, or you could just teleport us all the way back to town somehow magically. That's kind of funky. Well, still want to go see her because I want to get that note. I need to get the temple, basically, or the whatever, the altar for Tyr up and running so I can get my spells back, man. I'm not real happy about the fact that I'm limited. I don't even have bless spells right now, which really sucks. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and I've been thinking, there's been a lot of checks lately, you know, like the intelligence checks and whatnot. Book. Things like bears, endurance, bull's strength, fox's cunning, stuff like that could come in super handy, but obviously I'm going to need spells to do that to give me a bump ahead of time. So when I see those checks, what I'd like to do is, you know, withdraw from the check so I don't have to, you know, fail it miserably, assuming it gives me that option. And then from there, I would buff myself up with whatever spell would increase that particular stat, and then do the check. Obviously the way to go. We still haven't checked out the entire basement, the first floor, so I guess we will do that. Let's just copy. An odd little room of nothing. Okay, we've been in there, I think, before already. Let's go down the hall. Here we go. Rooms. Rooms aplenty. In here? Nope. But nice floor. Not you. See anything? Nothing. Anything on the bookshelf? Nope. Nope. We're finding a whole lot of nothing. Oh, hey, now we're talking. I found books. Anything else in the room? No. Alright. Hey, get over here. Got a book. Expectations for manor staff. This book outlines the expectations for various positions of the house staff. Okay. Boring. If I ever want to know how to be a butler, I'll make sure to read you later. Can't imagine that solving any crimes, though. Alright. And here it is. Oh, this must be the staff's bedding area, right? Where all the help stay. Lockbox. Oh, look at all the empty vials I'm stealing. Woot! Now I wish I wouldn't have bought them at the one guy. Whatever. Again, they did say in the fact pack that came with the game that there may be the option to make potions. So they didn't discount the idea that you should get brew potions as one of your feats. They did say you can make a ton, and the materials would be scarce. But I already have some materials, as you see here, so whatever these things might be used for, I'll probably cast grace and bull strength and blah blah blah. This could be the reason for it. Okay, we've been in there. Yeah. Alright, I think it's time to go up the stairs. Oh, yeah, here we go. We've already been down here. We've already talked to. Well, maybe we should talk to him one more time. Maybe he knows something about the tree. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, right? There's no. Oh, doesn't seem to say anything about the tree. Okay, that's fine. Not everybody has to know everything, man. You're doing good. Well, let's see here. I probably want to talk to her, and then we'll probably cut this video at that point. Particularly long. Where the heck is she, though? Fanny Chapel. Oh, it's her right over here. I think it is. This picture is a beautiful dark elf woman with elaborate tattoos, gold eyes, and a stern countenance. She wears a set of dark gray armor, and the background of the painting is a swirling mass of purple hues and nondescript shapes. Sure is. I thought this was Lady Van Gaunt's room. Wasn't it? I was wondering she was supposed to be here. Well, maybe it's because of the time of day. Oh, no, that sucks. Okay, well, there's our library that's locked. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong room. Ha ha ha. Here's our Lady of the Day.
Hi there.
Ah, Nico, well met again. Did you need something? We need a prayer book, silver chalice, and it says scales to properly set up the house chapel. Do you know where I might find these? Oh, the chapel isn't set up correctly? I thought it was, but then why would I know? Okay, where to find these things? I thought they followed Tyr. How the hell does she not know that the chapel ain't ready? Well, the scales are easy. There's a set in the kitchen downstairs. They're a little old, but they should do. That's the one I stole. Yay! I preemptively knew. Never mind. It's all good. Now that I think about it, there's an old prayer book that belonged to my ancestor, Alred, that's in the town archives. He was a priest of some standing, so that shouldn't contain anything you need. Ask the archivist Hildfelder for it. But the chalice, that's a hard one. The family finery is all made from white gold with some platinum. You may try the local tavern, but I'd be surprised if they had something made from a precious metal. The only other idea I have is the local smith. Perhaps with enough silver he could forge something suitable for you. You can find his shop in the same building as the tavern, but on the right. I'm afraid that's all I can think of. Anything else? Well, the archivist says she will not release the Book of Tyr Scriptures to me unless you authorize it. Well, how ridiculous. If you can't have the scriptures, then who should? That's my point. She's just doing her job, I suppose. I suppose. Maybe that's good in an archivist, I don't know. At any rate, I can give you a letter of authorization. Show this to her, and you should have no problem. I'm sorry you had to walk all the way back up here for such a triviality. Nah, it's fine. I needed the exercise. Now, did you need anything else? I don't know what else we got here. I found a locked door in the library. Do you know anything about that? Yes, that is the door to the secret room built by my great-aunt Strela Van Gaunt, who became one of the curse's victims in DR 1304. She convinced my grandfather, her brother, to allow her to build a small room above the grand staircase. She was a bit of a wizard, you see, and I suspect she wanted a place of her own to study. Cool wizard stuff. Journal update. Locked door in the library. As you might have guessed, it is magically locked. My grandfather told me that she had a key that allowed her to enter the room. Unfortunately, he didn't know what she did with it, and so no one has been able to open the door for 70 years now. Ooh, secret treasure. Kick-ass. There's an odd tree in the hills north of town that possesses a most unnatural aura. Do you know anything about it? Unnatural tree. I think I know the one you speak of. It is creepy, isn't it? It has a sordid history, though I am not one to ask. You see, it was used for decades as a place to hang condemned prisoners. Oh, man. By God, Ragnarson, the town constable, would have more details. Oh, we know that guy. Okay, cool. Excellent. Then I shall ask him. In the meantime, Excellent. Then I shall ask him. In the meantime, I'd like to talk to you about something else. Sure. Can you give any additional information about a woman I saw in the picture in my suite named Jocelyn de Telensa? Yes, I liked that picture. She was an adventurer who came here, 50 or 60 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago at any rate. We don't get many adventurers, you see. People like you are so rare around here that they tend to leave a deep impression long after they've left. Jocelyn was actually part of a small band that was adventuring in these mountains somewhere about. What happened to her? As far as I remember, she perished. Adventuring is a dangerous profession, as you well know. What was her group doing here? I don't know. No doubt they had found some dungeon or catacombs, the kind of thing that would draw adventurers to it. Who were the other members of her party? If I had known you'd ask me, I'd have paid more attention to the stories. One was a warrior of some type, as I recall he was the leader. The third, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Mind if I ask something else? Of course. But before we move on, I thought of something. If you're interested in Jocelyn, I'd ask Ernest Goulden. He's old enough to actually remember him. Okay, there we go. Who's that? Ernest is the oldest person in town by quite a few years. His wife died a few years back. These days he spends most of his time in the tavern sitting and smoking. Well, sort of. Anyway, he still remembers quite a bit of what happened around here. Not anything else. So I met the groups that's staying in the cathedral. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Don't let them get in your way. You don't care for them? Not really. Lord Legrin isn't too bad, but the company he travels with is rather putrid. Guess I thought they were a bit rude. You don't know the half of it, and from what I hear, they haven't exactly made themselves welcome in town, which is all the more stupid of them, seeing as how Lord Legrin has designs on becoming its ruler. If you don't want them here, why don't you tell them to leave? I don't know. It wouldn't be right for one. Normally, it is polite to host an embassy like that for a couple, 10 days at least. Marriage negotiations are notoriously slow, and then a part of me wonders whether this wouldn't be for the best. I'm not getting any younger, and I am the last of my dynasty unless, well, that's my problem. My other problem, in addition to the beast that roams the hills that you've agreed to deal with. All part of life in Navitarnasu. I don't know if I want to give her marital advice. Technically speaking, as a cleric, I would probably side with this one here. Sometimes it is right to put the duty above one's desires. I was hoping you would say differently, and yet I knew you would say just what you did. But that is my problem. Did you need anything else? You said your brother fell victim to the curse a couple months ago. Tell me about the night he disappeared. It was distressingly close to the story I just told about Lord Bale and his brother Aisen. We were both upstairs, he in the Lord's suite and I in my own bedroom, when I heard him cry out, followed by a loud crash, like a shattered glass. I ran to his room to find him staring out the window towards the hills to the north. I felt the chill even before I got to the window. I don't know why, but I knew what I would see when I got there. There it was, just as the story said. She closes her eyes tightly as if trying to force away the vision. The beast of Navitarnasu. It is the strangest thing. The next bit of time is a total blur. I remember Thess being there, and we ran to get weapons, and there was a bright flash, I think, but I don't really remember what happened. I remember coming to in the Lord's suite to find my brother gone. Nothing else amiss. He was just gone. I totally broke down, and I remember Grayson, that's the groundskeeper, grabbing hold of me and shaking me to my senses. And that's really all I remember, or all I can make sense of now. I've spent every day since then trying to remember more, but I just can't. I wish I could. Thanks, that's all I need for now. There's one or two other things I could probably ask her, but I don't think I really need it right now. We did get some journal updates, so let's go out here and take a look at those. The Unnatural Tree. You discovered a tree in the hills north of Navitarnasu that exudes an unnatural aura. Upon asking Jellic about it, she said that the tree was once used to hang condemned criminals and indicated that the constable, by God, Ragnarson, would have more information. We'll talk to him here in a moment. Locked door in the library. Jellic has told you that the locked door in the library goes to the laboratory of Strela Van Gaunt, Jellic's great aunt, and the fledgling mage who became a victim of the curse in DR 1304. Unfortunately, the key has since been lost, and the magical lock on the door is formidable. I know we have to be careful there. The book of Tyrion Rights is kept in the town archives. The town's general store owner may be able to afford a super silver goblet, and of course we have the scales downstairs in the kitchen. Yep. Curse the Van Gaunts. Alright. Sounds like we're doing good. And we have a note now. This is a letter from Jellic Van Gaunt authorizing the removal of a book of ancient Tyrion scriptures from the town's archives. Boom. Alright, so scales and silver chalice. Okay, well, we're getting closer. But with that, I think we'll call the video here. My name's Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.